This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, this is Money Flow Mel coming in with a interesting video. Don't be so quick to write off the small caps. We had some interesting money flow come through today. I know IWM has been extremely beat up, but want to show you what some of the shorter term money flow positioning looks like. So I'm going to jump right in and highlight down to just show IWM. Additionally, what I'm trying to focus on is more of the interim, shorter term activity. I know we've got some longer term positioning. When you start to get further dated, you go into starting to cover some ERs, and you could potentially be having some hedging come through. But what I'm looking at is some of the shorter dated activity. So I've went into the filters, and I'm going to just highlight the options flow that's come in that's shorter dated. So the expiration that I'm looking at is going to be anything that's come in today, 12/6, all the way to the end of December. So just trying to catch that interim activity. And I think this is so interesting, and I missed this earlier today. So glad I came back after hours just to do a double check, because we're looking like we've got some bullish activity. And for those that maybe don't look at bid side options flow, you're missing a big part of the picture. So oftentimes what you can see is positioning coming in that's still bullish if they're closing out some put activity. So let me just jump right in. And I want to start with the 1217 and 225 puts. So for those that may use a different service, you may not see bid side activity, but to me, it's still just as telling, because I want to be able to see all of the activity. And this was something of interest to me because I saw them coming in last week before we had the bigger drop, but they are closing these puts. So if you're opening a position, you're coming in on the ask. If you're closing a position, you're coming in on the bid. And so here we have a larger chunk of the 1217 225 puts that are going bid side. This means that they're closing. And collectively, we can see as we go up through each of these contract prices, not only is it bid side, that contract price is going down as they continue to close out that position, and we saw 1.42 million closed out of the 1217 225 puts. Additionally, and this one was really far out of the money that came through last week, and it was size. It was definitely notable size. I'm taking a look now at the 1217 205 puts. Guys, look at this size. The 1217 205s, we've got 2.45 million bid side, 1.28 million bid side, 1.79 million bid side. Contract price continues to decrease as they are closing this position. If you are not watching additional information or all of the information that's coming through, you're not able to make the best informed decision using options flow for your positioning. Now let's take a closer look at some of the other activity we had come through today. While this, and trust me, this is really far out of the money, but they continued to come in to the 12, 13, 230 calls. Smaller notional, but if you look through here, you have a majority of this coming ask and above the ask. And contract price continues to increase each time they come in. Anytime there's a break, they're coming back in. Collectively, the 12, 13, 230 calls have 473,000 premium behind them. And guys, this is way far out of the money. I mean, like, this is not necessarily where I would look to position. I'm just letting you know what kind of money flow we had come through today. But they hit over 13,000 in calls. So if we didn't already have bullish put activity by them closing shorter dated puts, then they're going call side. We also had writing, and this is another aspect of options flow. Once you actually know how to read the tape and analyze the options flow that's coming in, you're able to see a lot more information than just strictly call side or put side, sometimes what they'll do is they'll start writing puts before they actually start coming in call side. They want to collect that premium. So let's take a closer look at what they were writing into the IWM. We had the, let me find this here, the 12/8. Here we go. Not a lot of size, not a lot of premium behind this, but they came into the 12/8 204 puts bid side. The yellow is denoting that in this single line item with 500 contracts, that open interest has been exceeded. From that, we can determine that this is going to be writing, because you cannot close something that is not there. This is very hard conceptually for those that are newer to trading options flow, but it's something that I talk about often on voice, because to me, this is just as important as watching any call side flow directionally that you would want to see. Again, this single line item shows that with 500 contracts coming in, open interest has been exceeded, but they are bid side. That indicates that they are writing, and they're writing to collect premium. And you can see each time that they've continued to come in, the contract price is going down. Your IV is going down because there's not aggressive put activity to the long side. They're writing these to collect premium. These are not contracts that you want to be active in. So this is, again, some confluence to kind of what we're seeing. So we've had a collection of activity coming through. We've had them closing very large put positions, bullish put activity. We had them, although out of the money, which I don't really like, I would look for positioning that would be closer in the money. They are call side. And then we now have some bullish put writing. There's a confluence of money flow that's occurring here. So that's just what we're seeing shorter dated in options flow. Of course, we still have the dark pool activity that we're going to rely on. We did have an increase in signature prints today into the IWM, finishing the day with 19 signature prints. Those came in at 214.54. Remember, signature prints are delayed. They're activity that's happened the evening before, but they record to the tape the next day. This dark pool volume profile is letting us know where they were active, and we had a solid close above that level. Definitely like to see that. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on the further activity that's coming into the IWM, and want to come over and take a look at this chart, because I think it's actually kind of compelling. It has been a frustrating trade. I think everybody has been trying to time this breakout, but let's just go a little bit further. You've got a trend line up. We've continued to make higher lows. So even here on this trend line, higher low, higher low, higher low. We drop down, but we're still on trend. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Drop down, but still on trend. You also have that volume coming in that's above normal. That can also signify that as you have supply coming in, you also have absorption of that supply by larger market participants. We've got a little bit of a curl up coming here in MACD, so definitely one to keep an eye on. And guys, please make sure that you are watching all of the flow. It's going to help make sure that you make better informed decisions when you can look at all of the information and analyze that. Please sure to hit me up on Twitter. I am at Melstone31, Moneyflow Mel. I do have a discount link if you're interested. On voice all through the trading day, discussing the options flow and the dark pool activity as it's coming in real time, to be able to make sure that you're staying on the right side of that trade. 20% off your first month to Black Box Stocks by clicking this link. Hope you guys have a good night and stay green.